Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing a reading vlog. We're starting it off strong. I'm going to start off with a little library book haul and a couple of books that I got for Christmas. And then we're going to pick like 4 books that I predict will be 5-star reads. I've never done this style of vlog. I've seen other creators do it. I really want to give it a try. Let me know if you enjoy this format. But I think this will be really fun because I want to start the new year reading strong. Like I want to start it off strong with some good reads, so we're gonna do our 5-star predictions. Okay, so starting off, I got 4 books for Christmas from some relatives. I'm really excited. One of these is a book that I have read before and I love and I wanted to own, and that is My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. I love this. Rebecca is my favorite by her, but My Cousin Rachel I read last year and was really impressed. I really enjoy it and I look forward to reading it again. It's just a really gothic, atmospheric, suspenseful read. Not necessarily a strict mystery like the other books we'll be going over, but very suspenseful. There's a very mysterious woman named Rachel, and we don't know much about her. She's coming into this man's life, and it's very interesting. I think the less I say, the better, but I really recommend it. I thought it was such a good read. Another book that I received was Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie, which of course is one of the most well-known Christie novels and Hercule Poirot mysteries. I'm very excited for this. I really, again, don't know much about this, just that there is a death on the Nile and Hercule Poirot is there to save the day. I really want to read this and Murder on the Orient Express this year so I can watch the movies as well, because I think they'll be really fun, and I'm excited to own this. It's so beautiful. I just love looking at it. And then in terms of some cozies, I got book 3 and 4 of the Scottish Shire mystery series by Tracy Hall. I've read book 1, my mom got it for me last year and I loved it, and then I checked out book 2 from the library, but they didn't have the next ones in the series, so I'm very excited to be reading this. Basically, our main character, this is Paisley. She is in her very late 20s. She has a son who's like 8 or 9, and her grandfather lives with her, and she has a Scottish Terrier named Wallace, and she solves mysteries. She owns a shop, like a yarn shop, and she does custom like cashmere sweaters, and she's just an amazing character. Very lovable, very relatable, very like kind of feisty mom. I really enjoy her character, and the mysteries have been so solid so far, so I can't wait to read more from this series. And then in terms of library books, so here is our stack. I'm gonna go through them rapid fire and then we'll pick out what we're reading for this vlog. So I'm not entirely sure if this next one is cozy. It is actually a golden age detective fiction according to the back. It was first published in 1944, and this is called Murder After Christmas by Rupert Latimer, who is also known by Algernon Victor Mills. Apparently he's an English author, and he was writing novels after a career as a stage actor. And this one takes place with his detective. It's a murder after Christmas. Love the quote in the back. It says, "A war is on and a murder has been committed, and we sit here talking nonsense about almond whirls and mince pies." Sounds fun. I've never read anything by this author. I really haven't heard anything by this author. Let me know if you've read this author before, but it sounded fun, and I know it is kind of a Christmas novel, but we're close enough that I'm like, okay, it's fine. I can read Christmas for like a few weeks after Christmas, and then I need to put it aside until next fall, basically. So I think this will be fun. I'm trying to explore more classic mystery authors, so this will be one of my new ones for this year. This next one is a thriller I'm very excited for. It's called The Widow by Kaira Rouda. So I read Beneath the Surface by her, which is the first in this Kingsley murder like thriller series, and there's book 2 is actually coming out next year. I'll link my most anticipated thriller releases for 2024 above where I talk about it if you're curious, but I really enjoyed it. She has a really strong theme of kind of like girl power, which isn't maybe the most mature term, but she really has this like strong, very twisted, very like intense female characters, which I enjoy. And in this one we have the widow, and her name is Jodie Asher, and for the last 15 years she has been married to her husband, who's a politician, and they've been living this very curated lifestyle. You know, they've been in the public's eyes. Unfortunately, her husband is cheating with a young staffer. Now, Jodie isn't actually bothered by the affair. However, a reporter finds out about it, and this could ruin both of them professionally. So Jodie takes things into her own hand. I'm assuming she kills her husband. is what it sounds like based on the general premise for this, but it sounds like the reporter won't let things go, so it sounds like she might have to maybe take some revenge on the reporter too, so kind of like Black Widow sort of character. I'm very curious. I think this cover is so ominous. I love what the blurb on the front says. It says, whatever the opposite of family values is, Rouda seems intent on perfecting a genre that enshrines it. That so perfectly encapsulates how I felt about the Kingsley, the Beneath the Surface book I read by her, and so I'm really excited to read this. I do apologize if my voice is a little hoarse. It's just been a little dry all day. I hope I'm not getting sick, but it's been a little hoarse, so I'm sorry about that. But this one's called Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lord by Celeste Connolly. This book came out pretty recently, within the last few months, and I've been so excited for this. It's a historical fiction mystery, and I think it's pretty cozy. Our main character is Petra, and basically at this ball, she announces to everyone, to the shock of everyone, that she is not going to get married. Which of course for that time is absolutely like gobsmacking, like not okay. Basically she had lost her fiance who she deeply loved about 3 years earlier in some kind of tragic accident, and she says, you know what, I have money, I'm gonna just be a single woman. Like, I lost the love of my life, I have the money and the means. If I get married to someone, my money is their money, and I don't love anyone. And while at the event, people start to throw out accusations about one of her friends who died, saying that they maybe hurt themselves due to like melancholia or like, I think, depression basically. But Petra disagrees and she gets involved in the mystery. So I love the title, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lord. I think this sounds very fun. It's supposed to be great for fans of Bridgerton and Agatha Christie. And I haven't personally seen Bridgerton, but I love Agatha Christie and I love the setting of Bridgerton, so I think this will be very fun. Speaking of Christmas, this will be my other second to last Christmas read for the very end of 2023, early 2024, and that is Sugar Plum Poisoned by Jen McKinley. I am so excited. I love the Cupcake Bakery Mystery Series. It's one of the first cozy mystery series that I read. It's so nostalgic for me. We have our main characters, Melanie and Angie, or Mel and Angie. They run Fairy Tale Cupcakes, and in this one, their friend, who's like an old friend of Angie, she's a singer now, and she asks them to make cupcakes for like this Christmas event, and they all have to dress up in like Santa costumes and stuff, and at the event, someone ends up being murdered. Drama ensues, and I'm very excited for the cover for this. I mean, come on, it's so beautiful. The color scheme, everything about this cover is absolutely gorgeous and stunning, and I'm very excited for this. So this is definitely going to be one we read because I love the series, and it's very strongly, like, overall it's like a very strong like 4-star, 4.5-star series for me, so I anticipate this being a good read. So like you guys know, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I'm a huge mystery and thriller person. I also love cozy reads, and last year I read Legends and Lattes and I really loved it. I don't typically read fantasy, but I loved it. And Bookshops and Bonedust by Travis Beltree, which is a prequel to Legends and Lattes, came out, and I got my hands on it, and I'm so excited. So Vivian, or Viv, is a orc, our main character here on the cover of this, and basically this is about her before the Legends and Lattes book, where she's kind of decided to retire from adventuring. And this one she's injured and she starts to spend a lot of time in a bookshop. It's very cozy. I heard some people say, you know, they didn't really feel like there was much of a plot to Legends and Lattes, but that's kind of, to me, that's the point. It's just about like the atmosphere and the coziness and a little bit about the character growth and friendships that develop. And I loved Legends and Lattes, so I really hope this is good because I have high expectations for it. This will also be a 5-star prediction for sure. Next we have Hollywood Homicide by Kelly Garrett. This is the first in the series. I have not read anything by Kelly Garrett, but I've been really wanting to. I had one of her thrillers actually on my most anticipated for 2024, and this is a series I had on 2023's Cozy Mystery series that I want to start. So I'm going to start this either very end of 2023 or very beginning of 2024, so it'll count. It counts. And Dana is basically a semi-broke, very famous actress, but she wants to help her parents keep their house, but she doesn't have the funds to do it. One day she witnesses a hit and run, and she decides to solve it to get the $15,000 reward so that she can help her parents. I really like the premise for this. I love the Hollywood setting. I love the cover. the covers in general for the series are so gorgeous. This is the Detective by Day mystery series, by the way. So I'm really excited for this one. I think I want to read this for this vlog. We'll see. And then last one I checked out was Silenced in Sequins, a resale boutique mystery by Deborah Sunfielder. I read the first in this, which was Murder Wears a Little Black Dress, and I was really pleasantly surprised. I expected to like it, of course, because I don't pick up books thinking that I'm going to hate them, of course, but I loved it. The writing style was just quick, the characters were good, the mystery was really good, it had a Halloween theme for that first book, and this one I just think is perfect for New Year's. I mean, it's Sequins. What could be better? And so our main character in this is Kelly Quinn, and she's a former Manhattan fashion buyer, and she's now in a small town. She's taken over her grandmother's consignment shop, and she's really trying to make it more of an upscale boutique and an experience, and taking kind of her marketing and fashion buying background. And in this one there's basically a lot of drama because there's two actresses who are there's two divas who are very they were on TV and stuff, and they're rivals, and they basically are fighting over this one sequined dress, and one of them ends up dead. So that's kind of the premise. I love this. There's a very cute cat in this, and I just thought this is perfect for New Year's, right? I don't really know any New Year's mysteries. If you know any, let me know, but I thought if nothing else, Sequins. This one actually takes place right after Black Friday, but close enough. I'm excited for it. Okay. After going through those, I have now made it even more difficult to narrow it down to what I want to read. So this is what we're going to be reading in this video: Bookshops and Bonedust, Sugar Plum Poisoned, Silenced in Sequins, and The Widow. And I don't know what I'm going to start with. I'm honestly so excited for all of these that I don't know what I'm going to start with. We'll find out. When I give you the next update, you will find out what I started with, because right now I can't even pick it. Guys, so I had intended to start reading tonight before bed and then give you guys an update in the morning, but my throat is really hurting, and I also have a throbbing headache, which for me at least, I usually get headaches when I have a cold. So we're gonna see. This could be a vlog of me getting sick, which wasn't quite what I had in mind, but hopefully it's just a little burnout from after the holidays, a lot of excitement. But we're gonna go ahead and take a break from work because my headache is really strong. Took some ibuprofen. I got some tea with honey for the throat, and I'm gonna start reading. I think what I want to start reading with, I think we're gonna start with The Widow, because I don't know, for me at least, when I have a headache, I do like to still read, but I need it to be fast paced, not sluggish in any way. So I want something super fast paced, and I found her writing style with Beneath the Surface to be just very clean, very easy to fly through, nothing super crazy, but just fun to read. So that's kind of sounds very nice right now. So we're going to start with this. We're going to see if we get a 5-star read. If we get a 4.5, that counts to me. Close enough. I round up. I'm an optimist. So we're going to start with The Widow, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Hi guys! So I'm checking in a bit later. I'm feeling a little bit better. I think the ibuprofen helped, but my throat's still a bit sore. We'll see how it turns out. So I have The Widow. I am almost halfway through it. I'm 140 pages into it, and I'm really enjoying it. So we're reading from two perspectives right now. We're reading from Jody, who is the wife, and then Martin, her husband, the politician. So he's in the House of Representatives and they're preparing for their daughter's big wedding weekend. There's a lot of tension because she's actually marrying into a family who is rooting for and backing the other like political party. So there's a whole lot of drama and tension, and you're learning a little bit about Jodie and her very cutthroat ways. She's a dark character. I'm really enjoying her. I mean, I wouldn't want to know her in real life, but as a fictional character, she's fun to read from. She's incredibly intense, very like cunning and strategic. So I'm very excited to see where this is going. This is definitely a very thrilling read. From pretty early on, your heart is pounding, you're worrying about some of the characters. It's pretty intense. So I'm really excited to see more about where this goes. I definitely like the blurb with the opposite of family values. That definitely describes this really well. So I'm excited to see more from this. I'm hoping to maybe finish it tonight since I'm trying to take it a little easy with everything, but we'll see, and I'll give you guys an update tomorrow. Hi guys! So I definitely got sick, so I had to take a day off from filming because my voice was very weak, but I'm here now with a pretty significant reading update on 3 of these books. So we're gonna just hop in while I'm doing my makeup and chat. Starting off, we're gonna finish a wrap up of The Widow by Kaira. So this was really good. I liked this, but not as much as Beneath the Surface. I feel like that one delivered a stronger, punchier ending and was a little bit more like consistent with the pacing. So I liked it. I'd give it like a 3.5 stars. I thought the ending was interesting, but also for one of the characters I definitely was like, yep, I saw that coming. But then some of the other characters I was like, okay. And I feel like it didn't fully explain as much as I wanted about what happened to them, or like kind of what their part and everything was, and I kind of wanted a little bit more from one of the side characters' storylines. But it was interesting, and it was definitely highly suspenseful because you're reading this knowing that one of the characters whose point of view you're reading from, the husband, you know he's going to die. So it's definitely very, very, very suspenseful. I would recommend it if you think it sounds like an interesting premise. I thought it was fun. An all-time favorite? No, but one that if you like the tropes and like the general idea of it, I think you'd enjoy like I did. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I think Rouda is an author I'm going to really check out more books from this year, not just the Kingsley series, because the second release is coming out in that series this year, which was the sequel to Beneath the Surface, which I really enjoyed. But I definitely want to check out some of her other books because I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing from her so far. So when I woke up not feeling so well, the next book that I started was Sugar Plum Poisoned by Jen McKinley, because I thought, you know, it's like the day before New Year's, let me start reading this one so that I'm still kind of in a Christmassy mindset. And I just know the Cupcake Bakery Mystery series is just one of my favorites. It's one of the first cozies I ever read, so I might be a little biased on that, but I was really excited for this one because I think this is the first Christmas one in the series. And basically we're following Mel and Angie, Angie's friend Shelby, from her days on the road, which is kind of a side plot from earlier in the series. I do recommend, if you can, reading the series in order. You can jump in, but some of the subplot nuances will be lost a little bit. And I really enjoyed Shelby as a character, the singer. I really liked her. Basically, she's had her manager ends up dying after she gets into a public argument with them, and there's a lot of people who really did not like this man. Like, he's not a popular person for several reasons, but I enjoyed the writing. There were so many Christmassy moments in this. Not only are you with Mel and Angie as they're making like Christmas cupcakes and desserts, of course, but Mel ends up throwing the big family Christmas for everyone for the first time, so you're reading about her preparing for that, which she's nervous about. You're also following Mel and Angie as they're serving cupcakes at the Christmas performances that Shelby is putting on. So there's all this Christmas music. It was just so incredibly cozy and the perfect distraction for me when I was not feeling well, because it's just easy to read, easy to enjoy. I thought the ending was really good. I did put it together, but I loved the reveal for this. I thought it was really, really well done. I liked the clues that were left throughout, and I think there were some really good red herrings. So I think Jen McKinley did an awesome job with the mystery. I think the characters and stuff throughout the series have remained really consistent. Like, there hasn't been one book from the series so far, and this is like book 15, it's the latest release, that I haven't liked or loved most of the time. So I think that speaks pretty highly. It's always one of my favorite cozy series to see a new release from. I always get very excited. And very happily, this book did not let me down. I just enjoyed it. It's perfect. I know we are now past Christmas and into the new year as I'm filming this, but if you don't mind and you're still looking for a little Christmas cheer, this is a very fun cozy mystery book in particular, or series to check out. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of this. It takes place in Scottsdale, Arizona, so you have some occasional kind of like Western vibes. There is a nice little tie back to the book that's coming out this year and what's going to happen in that book, so I was really excited to see that like little Easter egg in there. And I also just love Angie because she is, I think she's Italian American, and her family is just so boisterous and fun and everything, and just kind of what you picture as an Italian family and kind of what I picture some of my Italian relatives being like. So I think it's just really fun to learn about like her family more. I just really enjoy her family, and she's one of like, I think there's like 8 or 9 children, and all of the other ones are brothers. So she's like the little sister who's like overprotected constantly. And it's especially funny because Angie is definitely someone who does not need anyone to protect her. She will like, I mean, she grew up with like 8 brothers, so she knows how to handle herself, you know? And this is a lot more pigmented than I remember it being. Oh no. Oh, we did not go light with that application. Okay, I think we fixed it. I think it's okay now. And then lastly, I haven't finished Bookshops and Bonedust. So this is the prequel to Legends and Lattes, which was a huge hit here on YouTube and just in general, and I did read that last year and I just really enjoyed it. Our premise is that we have Viv, and she is an orc, and in Legends and Lattes she's actually starting her own coffee shop, and this is a world where coffee's not really mainstream, so she's introducing it to a lot of people, and it's this cozy fantasy town. And I know a lot of people say there's not a whole lot that happens, but it's just kind of about Viv and her journey as a character and her opening the shop and meeting new people, hiring people, and I really enjoy that because I always love, in like my cozy mysteries, I love following a character who's opening or like revamping a business, just because I have an interest in business in general, so I find that super interesting. So I loved following her in Legends and Lattes, and in this one we have her in her younger days where she is still adventuring. She's like a young adventurer, like mercenary, and she ends up getting injured, so she's forcefully like basically plopped down in the seaside cozy town, and she's forced to stay there because she has like a really bad like leg injury, so she can hardly walk at the beginning even, like she has to really limp around. And this is somebody who's very, very athletic, very, very physical, and so to not be able to do things on her own and to have to depend on others and to be in this like quiet, sleepy town is absolutely everything she hates. She really, really dislikes it. But one day she stumbles on the cozy bookshop there, and she's starting to strike up kind of a friendship begrudgingly with the bookshop owner, and she is starting to check out and like purchase books from them. And that's kind of helping her pass the time, helping her explore something else. And she's also starting to slowly become like, you know, like form a relationship with them. And one of them at the bookshop, so this is the bookshop owner here, and then this is a Griffith, which is like kind of her pet, and it's the cutest, it's the most adorable. Like, I love reading about the Griffith so much. It's so cute, and the Griffith's name is Pot Roast. I love it. So I absolutely love that. And then we're seeing Viv slowly kind of go out of her way to help the bookshop owner revamp things because her store is like just falling apart. It's not very successful, and it's just so cozy, and I just love it. And it's just so calming, and it's just such a lovely world to escape into. I really don't read much fantasy, so this is a little outside my normal taste, but it's so incredibly cozy. If you like cozy mysteries, you might enjoy these cozy fantasy books from Travis Baldree just because they just embody that vibe to the utmost. Okay, so this is the final look. I love red, it's my favorite color, followed closely by like a good deep emerald, but this is the final look. I think it turned out pretty well, especially considering talking about books can get me quite distracted while trying to put on makeup. So I will give you an update later on Bookshops and Bonedust. I'm hoping to finish that today and then get into Silenced by Sequins, because that just seems like the perfect beginning of the year, like New Year read because of the sequins. Like the cover is just so New Year's to me, even though it technically takes place after Black Friday, but all the same, it's just perfect. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys soon. I just finished Bookshops and Bonedust, and I absolutely love it. I actually think I love it almost as much as Legends and Lattes, like just slightly less, which is saying a lot because Legends and Lattes was such a 5-star for me last year, especially being that it's in a different genre than what I typically read. This was so cozy. I loved the way this wrapped up. It felt very thorough. I was kind of worried about loose ends, seeing as this is a prequel, and how it would kind of, you know, because you know that Viv must go back to adventuring because she's retiring from adventuring in the latter book. So I was kind of wondering how they would wrap it up while still keeping it cozy, and I think he did an amazing job. I loved the ending. My heart and just the characters that were in this are just so cozy and heartwarming and lovely. There's a beautiful bakery with lots of delicious pastries, so I love that element as well. The bookshop, and everything about this and how Viv learns throughout this and the ending definitely had more of a stronger fantasy plot, I think, than the first one, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time, so I would recommend this. If you are somebody who likes cozy fantasy, if you like Legends and Lattes, or even if you're not a big fantasy reader like me, but you really like cozy reads, I feel like this series is a really special, unique one that I've so enjoyed. The next morning with an update on Silenced in Sequins. I was reading this before bed last night. I'm flying through this. I love this. It's only 200 pages, like on the nose, so it's definitely a shorter, cozy mystery if you're looking for a series to really fly through, get you out of a reading slump. If you just need something a little shorter, you've been reading a lot of long books, this is a good pick. I'm really enjoying this. Kelly is a great character, so she is basically taken over her grandmother's like thrift shop and she's transforming it more into this like secondhand boutique. She wants to kind of elevate it, and we're learning some really interesting family secrets and things. I like her. She's got a complicated relationship with her family because her uncle, when the grandmother passed away in the first book, she had left Kelly the boutique that she was taking on, and her uncle, who is the grandmother's like son, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I was trying to figure out the family tree there for a minute. Was like left to be the like estate holder, like he kind of is in charge of things, but he can't sell things without Kelly's, you know, permission, and she wants to run the boutique, so she's continuing that on and revamping it and stuff. And he's a pest, and his wife Summer is clashing, and she's got a bigger role in this, which is fun. I think it's just kind of interesting. I'm learning more about their family. It sounds like the grandmother has some secrets of her own we're kind of learning and leaning into a bit. Curious about that. The murder itself is really good. I don't have a clear idea of who done it. I really don't. I don't know who did it right now. I'm kind of just enjoying the ride basically, but there's lots of great like fashion details. We got because this does take place during Black Friday, she's preparing for some like big holiday events and sales, so there is some like a good touch of like Christmas and ginger snap cookies and like all of these kind of wintry events, so it's kind of fun and thematic even though it's January when I'm reading this, but I'm still enjoying it. And again, just the sequins, I mean, it makes me think of New Year's, and we're here and happy 2024, guys. Can't believe it, but we are here and I'm very excited. So this is my update on it so far. I'm enjoying it so far. It feels like probably like a 4-star read. I'm enjoying it a lot. Kelly's a good character. I love hearing about her fashion, how she describes other people's fashion. She is sometimes a little body conscious, like she'll make remarks about her own body, which I'm like kind of hit or miss on. Sometimes I can find that annoying with the character, but sometimes it's kind of relatable because everyone of course has something they're insecure about, right? But just keep that in mind. And yeah, I really like it. And then we have the beautiful cat here who wakes her up every morning, and it's just really cute. I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait to find out who did it, because like I said, I really don't have like a strong suspicion at this point. I don't have a strong theory, but I'm really curious, and things are definitely ramping up, so I'll give you guys an update later. Hi guys, popping in for a final update for this reading vlog. I finished Silence and Sequins last night. It was super late, so I'm just updating you real quick this morning before I edit the video. But oh my goodness, I loved this. The ending, again, this is the second book in the series. She completely got me. I was really convinced I had it put together, but once again, she pulled the rug out from under me. Really, really amazing ending. Great mystery. I so enjoyed it. I love Howard, her cat, who's kind of a grumpy, just, you know, cat that she's getting to know, and it's really sweet. So I really am enjoying their relationship. All the fashion content is really fun. It's really glamorous. I liked the touch with the reality stars in this one. That definitely added some more like drama. And there's also really interesting, I forgot what it's called, but there's like a blogger who covers the area, like the town, and they have played a part now in both books where they kind of spread gossip and stuff, and it's like wildly inaccurate, but it's just really interesting and funny to see people's reactions to it, so I enjoy that as well. So I'm definitely really enjoying this series. Definitely plan on continuing. This was like a solid 4-star read for me. Thank you for everyone who recommended this series to me. I'm definitely going to be checking out book 3 from my library when I can, and this is definitely a really fun one for New Year's. It technically takes place starting after Black Friday, but it goes kind of into the holiday, and the main characters are even prepping for like New Year's fashion events and stuff, so I think it feels very like wintry New Year's to me, so definitely pick it up if you're interested. I'll have all the books down below for you to check out in the description, as well as links. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do post new book content every week on the channel. If you enjoy any type of mystery, whether that's a cozy mystery, a classic murder mystery, or a thriller, I talk about all those on my channel. So I hope I'll see you guys in the next video, and see you guys soon. Bye!